Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to sell you on Kingsfield. After you probably saw Kingsfield 1, 2, and 3, we're gonna have a little session here right now with Kingsfield 4. This one will be relatively short because, again, I want to spend most of the time playing Kingsfield 4 and talking about Kingsfield 4 during the full playthrough, because for me, Kingsfield 4 is the creme de la creme of all Kingsfields. I'm probably definitely in the minority when it comes to that opinion, because many people dislike Kingsfield 4, even when it comes to the hardcore Kingsfield community. But yeah, because this is now a little bit special and because I want to show you Kingsfield 4 in its whole during the playthrough, I'm gonna show you the German version of this game. And what is there to say? The Kingsfield series pretty much has a really hard spot already because of its reputation. I mean, as I said already, the games are extremely niche and therefore a special audience, let's say it like that. And as we saw already in Kingsfield 3, sometimes, voice acting was probably not on their highest priority list, highest point on the priority list. I mean, if you look at the Kingsfield 2 voice acting, it was pretty good, I think. But yeah, PlayStation 2 gaming gets more mainstream and stuff like that. And obviously for one of the 5 big markets in Europe, you want to make voice acting for. So what did From Software or the publisher, I don't even know who published it in fucking Europe, what did they think? Yeah, we're gonna get some extreme great professionals and we're gonna make them voice act the intro. But yeah, I would say we're gonna go straight to the intro. I think for all the people that don't speak German, this is not funny at all and stuff like that. But if you are lucky enough to understand and speak German, and fun fact, I wanted to take my controller in my hand, but I'm just playing a video that I recorded earlier. But yeah, if you understand German, I think you will have a hell of a time. This is the beginning of Kingsfield 4, one of my top 10 games of all time. I'm not joking here. I'm really not joking here. But yeah, let's start the video. But yeah, we are on the PlayStation 2 right now. This is now on an emulator. It seems that the European version has some problems with the emulator. I tried out my US version on the emulator, and when it comes to stuttering stuff, there was no stuttering. The emulator has slight graphical glitches when it comes to this game. By the way, I think the publisher is Metro 3D or 3D, whoever they are. There are some graphical glitches when it comes to this game. When you upscale it, you can avoid them by not upscaling it or something like that. But yeah, until I make the playthrough, I will probably have these things sorted out. But yeah, Kingsfield, or in Germany or in Europe and Japan, Kingsfield 4. Again, the American version is only called Kingsfield, the Ancient City. And yeah, I would say, if you are lucky enough to understand German, enjoy the intro. Best voice acting of all time.
In einem tiefen, dunklen Wald liegt ein vergessenes Land. Man nennt sie nur noch die Ruinen, die heilige Stadt der Waldrasse. Von der Vorzeit der heiligen Stadt, versteckt in den Ruinen, liegt eine einzige Aussage, der Beweis für ihre Existenz. Mögen diejenigen vom Unglück getroffen werden, die die Statue der Dunkelheit zerstören. Nach der Entfernung der Statue von der heiligen Stadt befallen Tod und Zerstörung die Bewohner des Landes. Bringe die Statue der Dunkelheit zu ihrem Platz zurück. Unter dunklen, düsteren Himmel führte Sir Salvor seine Männer auf eine Mission in die Ruinen. Die Welt der Dunkelheit verschluckte die Kämpfer spurlos.
And the sad thing is, it's actually a really cool intro. And But yeah, don't worry. The English voice acting is pretty okay. The English voice acting is pretty okay. Only the German voice acting is as bad. But yeah, you can clearly see advancement when it comes to the graphics already. I mean, that was a render intro. But ladies and gentlemen, this is King's Field 4. And while maybe in the year 2016, still not good looking anymore, it is an extreme jump from PlayStation 1 to this. But yeah, a little bit about the emulation here right now. If you look at the sky, you see two lines there right now that form an X. For some reason, this is happening. If you upscale the resolution. This is upscaled to 1080p right now. Obviously, you don't see it on the stream because I'm only streaming with 720p. But yeah, and by the way, typical King's Field. Awesome. Within the first fucking few seconds, you can die. Obviously. But yeah, I was just showing that we have still some King's Field tradition. And for the first time, this game, when you die, boots you back to the title screen if you don't have a save game. While the other King's Fields always started you at the starting point, this game boots you back to the title screen or to the do you want to load another thing. Here's another glitch. We saw lava before and now the lava is gone. It only affects the first part here. As you can see, the emulation of this game is not perfect, but I will probably still go with emulating this game. I could play it on my PlayStation 2, but getting my PlayStation 2 hooked up here and then with that delay because I have to go through Composite is freaking annoying. So I will give it a try even with the full playthrough with the emulator. The emulator, at least with the American version, seems to run pretty flawless. Here you see sometimes stutters and stuff like that. I didn't notice that with the American version. But yeah, I have to say this game looks more Souls than the games before. And in good old Souls tradition, you have to speak with NPCs more often. If you are interested in the lore when it comes to Soul games and you only speak once with an NPC and you think, okay, he said everything, you pretty much miss all of the lore. And it's pretty much the same here. NPCs, you have to speak with them more often and they get new dialogue depending on how far you go into the story. And again, I still have to say, graphic-wise, I mean, this is upscaled right now to 1080p. It looks great. I mean, compared with the King's Fields that we just saw, or that you saw over the course of this evening, this looks fucking awesome. And we have a stable frame rate here. The game runs with a 30 FPS stable frame rate. I don't remember any frame rate hitching, so you clearly see that this game uses the PlayStation 2's power a lot. And yeah, this is pretty much the beginning. This is kind of open, but you see detail here already. If you compare this with fucking King's Field 3, where we started with an open area, but there was nothing there, yeah, King's Field 4 definitely does good on all these things that they made bad on King's Field 3. And again, this is only the beginning, and I know that these games don't look like much. Maybe this looks a little bit more appealing to you if you didn't run away from the stream. And believe me, exploring this universe, this environment here is so extremely rewarding. The game is not holding your hand. It doesn't tell you where to go. You can go to so many places at the beginning. There are riddles in this game, like serious riddles where you have to think. There are puzzles. It is incredibly big. It looks nice, especially if you upscale it. It plays cool. I mean, you can clearly see already that the game is extremely slower than all the King's Field games before. I don't know why they decided that. I mean, you see how slow your movement is and how slow your camera movement is. It takes like, I don't know, 10 seconds or 7 seconds to move 360 degrees with your camera once. But yeah, overall the experience that I had with this game back in the day, and this is obviously one of the reasons why I want to replay it like now 14 years later or 13 years later, is the game still as breathtaking as it was back in the day for me. Back in the day it was all about exploring. You just went into a world that was extremely huge. Again, no loading times. Like you can warp at a one point. Like, you don't really have a fast travel, but you can warp, like kind of with Dark Souls. And no loading times in between. There is literally no loading time. What is crazy if you think about it, that because Dark Souls had loading times if you warp from one point to another. And when it comes to the size of this environment, I would say this... I can't really say for sure right now, but I would put Dark Souls games and this game on the same size when it comes to the world. Another thing that they added here, or they didn't add that there, I think that was in the older King's Fields already, you have a quick slot. You can set one item on a quick slot here, as you can see here right now. Abkürzung. By the way, the German translation of this game is so terrible. Not only that the voice acting is terrible, the German translation of this game is fucking terrible. It is seriously terrible. It's one of the worst translations ever. They probably used, I don't know, God, you didn't even have Google Translate back in the day. What did you use back in the day? Babelfish or something like that. But yeah, here I died because I'm a scrub. But yeah, this is King's Field 4. This is just a tiny first look of King's Field 4. I will make a complete playthrough of it. I think the game is around 20 till 25 hours long. It uses the same gameplay as King's Field 1 till 3, but obviously it's more appealing to the eye. And seriously, like, this is a game that you really have to be open for. It doesn't look like anything right now. I mean, at least I remember it. Maybe I'm fucking bored the shit out of it, and after 5 hours, I'm giving up on the playthrough. Maybe this is gonna happen. I don't know. But I still remember this game as being incredibly appealing. It sucked me in. I played this game for 8-9 hours a day. I made my own maps because it's so big. The soundtrack that we hear a glimpse of right now, while it doesn't sound special right now, the soundtrack is absolutely amazing for what it is. And now, with this, we're gonna stop it. And here is like, if you don't see the Dark Souls vibe already that this game has in 2002, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, look at this. I think we all know what this looks like. I mean, if this is not some pre-Dark Souls shit, then I don't know. But yeah, pretty much there, the recording ends already. This is pretty much where I ended the recording because I don't want to show too much of King's Field 4. Again, King's Field 4 is my favorite. And now you're gonna say, why are you not showing more? Don't worry. You're gonna get your King's Field 4 fill. Definitely. I don't know if I will make a 100% playthrough. If you really want to make 100%, there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff to miss. Ah, God, hell, I haven't played the game for such a long time. Maybe I'm gonna be stuck again at one point. I'm so looking forward to playing this game. Hell, maybe I'm gonna draw maps again and shit like that. I mean, there is a map system in the game, kinda. Not really, but yeah. We're not done with the special so far. We still have spin-offs of King's Field. It could be that I'm probably gonna make the spin-offs of King's Field after I'm done with King's Field 4. So yeah, when it comes to King's Field itself, we still have the mobile games. We have the additional games on PSP, where I'm not that big of a fan from. Plus, they never got translated from Japan. 2 PSP games that never made it out of Japan, probably because in the Western market, King's Field 4 was such a disappointment for many people. Again, when King's Field 4 came out back in the day, and I saw all these ratings. Like, some magazines, reviews giving it like 3 out of 10, 1 out of 10, some gave it a 5. I was not understanding it. It's like, I think the world is not ready for this game. But it's really hard. I'm seeing it right now with fanboy classes on. I can definitely understand if someone is giving this game a real chance. If you give this game a real chance for an hour or two, and this is, in my opinion, no one can judge a game after playing a game for only like 10 minutes or just kind of watching a let's play or something like that. So I always say, if you watch my stuff and you like what you see, play it yourself. And form your opinion there. Don't just have an opinion because someone that you watch has an opinion or something like that. That's the worst thing ever. And I will see how I will react to King's Field 4 now 14 years later. Maybe I'm not as happy with the game anymore as I was back in the day. But yeah, I love King's Field 4. It is one of my top 10 games of all time. It is probably in the in places 6 till 10. It's not within places 1 till 5. But yeah, right now in the year 2016, I still say, From Software, give us King's Field 5. It will never happen, but yeah, sometimes you have to dream. That was the special to King's Field 4. We have one more special when it comes to King's Field, the King's Field mobile games and King's Field Additional. And yeah, then we finally gonna have probably the live playthrough of King's Field 4. What you will not see today, if this is getting sent today, I mean, I'm figuring out right now when I actually sent this. But yeah, I think the live playthrough of King's Field 4 is not gonna start today because these videos were like, in total, like 2 hours long already or something like that. But yeah, there will be a live playthrough of King's Field 4. And after that, I'm gonna talk a little bit and show you a little bit about the spin-off series that is Eternal Ring and Shadow Tower? Yeah, Shadow Tower Abyss. But yeah, that was it so far. My name is Michael1985. Thank you for your time, and I will see you to the next special when it comes to the remaining King's Field games, and then to King's Field 4, the complete playthrough, live here on Twitch TV.